Hello. I'm sorry. I always seem so loud when I first start out. This is Adrienne Obey, Capricorntigress of Astrology, a look inside. Let me back up. Sometimes I'm always so close to the camera. So, anyway, this is my astrological review for the month of June 2019 for the sign of Virgo. Virgo, it is your time. So, Virgo, let's see. The first thing I see, there's a lot of emphasis in your 10th house this month. The new moon on the 3rd is going to be in your 10th house. That's going to be in Gemini. The sun's going to be there. Mercury's going to be there. I mean, if you're going to shine, this is the month to shine. I hope you got a plan. I hope you got a plot and a plan, because you're going to have a lot of emphasis in Gemini. I mean, and well, here's the thing. Gemini and Virgo are square each other. So there's like a natural tension, a friction that happens when there's planets in Gemini, and I'm not going to say it's negative, though, because you guys are both ruled by Mercury, and Mercury's in Gemini, and Mercury is your natural ruler, Virgo. And the thing is, although it's tension and although it's friction and although it's a square, it's also a spur to activity. It's a spur to greatness, and use it like this. You might find that during this time, your career is actually taking off. Like, it's actually going, like, really doing something right now. And this is because that is a natural square. That is like action. That's action when you see that square like that. So I would use that new moon, that emphasis up in the 10th house of career. Hopefully it'll add some nurturing qualities, because it's the moon. But you're really thinking fast on your feet, man. I mean, with the sun and Mercury in Gemini, you're thinking really fast on your feet to get ahead. This is what I call scrappy. This is somebody's, you hook or crook, you're going to get what you need done in your career sector. That's what I see. Somebody with that much Gemini. Now, if you're in sales or if you're in advertising or if you're in any career where you need to verbalize, where you need to speak, where you need to communicate to people in general, but especially on the 3rd, women. But just, that ability to communicate is indicated. And you will, most likely in your career, do a lot of communicating in the month of June. Now, conversely, if the square comes out in a negative way, this is somebody who might not have that ability to do all that communicating. And so you might find it a little bit overwhelming for you, because the sun and moon are going to be there at one point. And so the 3rd might be a little heavy if that's a problem for you. And don't forget, all of this is going on, and there are other issues going on that are setting up squares and oppositions, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I just want you to know that the career, in my opinion, even though it might be stressful, even though it might be tension, although it might be friction, you might want to curse out your boss, I think it's going to lead to productivity. And I think you'll know the right things to say because of that Mercury, your ruler, being in your 10th house of success and career. And speaking of success, the sun after the 23rd moves into the 11th house of hopes, dreams, and wishes. And, you're going to have Mars there and the North Node there anyway. So going for whatever it is you most desire, whatever you most wish for, whatever your heart desires and wishes for most, make the wish, make the intention, make it real, make the dream. You can do it. It's going to happen. I believe in it. The sun goes into Cancer on the 23rd. Make that emotional plea to the universe. This is my hope, dream, and wish. I would write out my intentions everywhere so I would see them manifest, because I believe if you say to yourself, hey, by the end of 2019, I am going to be a millionaire. I believe if you write that with the best of intentions, by the end of 2019, you will be a millionaire. The North Node is there in your 11th house of hopes, dreams, and wishes. And it's there going toward your 10th house of career. My goodness, it's not going to get any, it is going to get better. But take advantage of this with the Mars in this area and the Sun here. Now, the funny thing is on the other side of the chart, Saturn and Pluto are in the 5th house, and Saturn and Pluto are retrograding, and Saturn and Pluto are in Capricorn. And that is such a Debbie Downer. And every once in a while, you might feel that. You might feel like, I don't know if it's you that is the Debbie Downer, but you just feel like maybe work in general. And then all the people like power, like all the people that are trying like power plays and stuff like that. It just might just get you down like, do I have to deal with that? Let me just say this. Saturn and Pluto might be retrograding in your 5th house of like fun and romance and dating and partying and dancing and singing and carousing and all the fun stuff. I love 5th house. Or it's even taking chances and gambling and, going to the casinos and stuff like that, or even your entrepreneurial pursuits and starting your businesses, like all your new ideas, all creative ideas, even children, even like your desire to have children, even that you might have felt like it's been thwarted, up until now. I think like if that's been the case, I believe that a lot of these things that have felt so heavy, so impossible to get done, you might actually be able to achieve them between now and say September 18th, because Saturn's retrograde right now in that house. It's going back over some of the things the lessons that you learned in, it's 5th house stuff. So it's going backwards. It's not going forwards. So if you have lessons that you've learned or lessons to learn when it comes to love, romance, 5th house, children, and all of the things I mentioned a few minutes ago, then take this time between now and September to do those things. Wow, definitely take this time to do those things. Also, that full moon on the 17th is going to be happening in the 4th house, and that's going to be in Sagittarius, and that's going to have something to do with your home and family life. I mean, a full moon could be emotions, and it could emotionally affect your career since it'll be the 4th house, which is opposing the natural house of the career. So you might find on the 17th that something comes up, it messes with your career plans, it might get you off kilter a bit. It's a full moon, so it could be emotional. It could just be that you have an emotional good time in your home and with your family on that around that time. Now Jupiter is retrograding in the 4th house until mid-July, I believe it is, or July 5th, I want to say. But that retrograding Jupiter, no matter what, is still in the 4th house. And so I think in a way, your home life should be filled with some kind of joy. I could see maybe you adding some new things to your home, like new furnishings and, new happy things, just adding and building and doing happy things in your home. Jupiter is always happy, growing and doing things. So I think that's going to be something that occurs during the month of June. And lastly, Chiron is in the 8th house. There's a little bit of pain, when it comes to other people's money. It could be your partner's money. It could be other people paying you money. It could just be that you're healing a pain that you might have always had about money. You might have always felt that you might not have been able to get the money, or that somehow maybe you didn't think you were worthy of the money. And I think Chiron is teaching you now and in that 8th house that, yes, you are worthy of the money. Yes, you can get the money. You can heal this area with the money. If you were born in poverty, you might heal that area where you're not feeling a sense of poverty anymore. So fix these things, heal that wound. This is the month to do it. This is the time to do it overall, I think, in 2019 anyway. And then lastly, Venus is in the 9th house, and so is Uranus. Your 9th house is going to be crazy. That's, you know, that could be long distance travel, but it's publishing, it's the law, it's university and education and any kind of legalities. It could be in-laws. It could be long distance travel. Like, did I say that one? It could be dogma, philosophies. It could be publishing. So if you're someone who's into publishing or writing, this could be your time with Venus there. But it's sudden and unexplained things. So you could be getting something suddenly, I think, in that area. Okay. All right. Well, Virgo, overall, my take on everything is it's, all about the home and family for you this month. And just make sure you shine in your career. And I think you're going to be improving things in your home. I mean, especially after the 17th, I see that. But I think overall, it's a great time for you to really get ahead in your career. And I hope that you do that. The sun's shining there. It's your time to do that. All right. Okay, well, Virgo, it has been my pleasure doing your horoscope reading tonight. This is Adrienne Obey, Capricorntigress of Astrology. Look inside. Please like, share, and subscribe our YouTube videos, and also like and subscribe to our website blog at astrologylookinside.com. You can also find me on Facebook at facebook.com/astrologylookinside, or you can get a free mini reading at my group on Facebook, which is facebook.com/groups/astrologylookinside. And lastly, there is my Patreon account, which is patreon.com/Capricorntigress. Well, much love and much light to you. Namaste. Bye, Virgos.